Welcome to this episode of Y'all of the Day. My name is Sheldon. The head is big for a reason. Now, this episode of Y'all of the Day is brought to you by Lemonade Finance. Yes, Lemonade Finance app. Now, two fine gentlemen of the land, they are fighting. I mean, they are throwing jabs at themselves, left, right, center. And yes, I mean, I love, I love the thing. But this one, it be some way, but I have to talk about it. Now, Kwasi Kyei Darkwah, KKD, and Adom Otchere, they are fighting. And recently, if you have been following KKD's move in the media, they moved from one radio station, TV station to the other, criticizing the government. And there is nothing wrong with that. I feel like in a democratic dispensation, everybody should be allowed to criticize. You understand? You don't stifle people's opinion. Allow them to talk. And in the course of doing that, if you just come throw anything out there, like, oh, I read this here, I have heard this now. You need to say things and back it with facts. You understand? That is how it works. So KKD has been in the media recently. He was on GTV and he alleged that the finance minister, Ofori-Atta, they benefit from the Eurobonds, the loans that they take as a country. So anytime Ghana go take loan, his bank, Databank, they benefit.
I read a report yesterday that broke my heart. I saw how much Ghana owes, but I also found that apparently the Minister of Finance's company or former company is a transaction advisor to the monies we borrow. So as Ghana gets poorer, the Minister of Finance's company or former company gets richer. Is this what we want to continue in this country? Do we want to re-elect people into office, give them their pay and their perks, and then allow them and their friends and their companies or their former companies to be the very beneficiaries of the woes of our country? This is not only about the Minister of Finance. This is about Parliament. Parliament, you must be ashamed of yourself. You have failed the people of Ghana. Because I don't think from the time of Nkrumah to date, whoever is the Minister of Finance should be benefiting every time our country goes to borrow money. When they are out of power, will they want whoever comes into power to repeat what they are doing? This is not NDC MPP. Parliamentarians, you are supposed to help us protect the public purse. You can't just go and sit there and vote, I am MPP, I am NDC. Vote your conscience. You cannot become the transaction advisor for going to take loans when you are the Minister of Finance. How is that possible? They are the legislators. If they won't speak up about it for the whole country, why are we doing this to ourselves? What kind of nonsense is that? Right now, Ghana has become each one for himself, God for us all. I was speaking to one of my staff yesterday. He said, boss.
Of course, in the course of KKD's presentation, he didn't put out any fact or presentation to back anything. He said he read a document somewhere. So he alleged that the finance minister, they benefit from the state. And if you look at the way the state they will right now, everything has been driven into Abyss way and if what your man they talk be true, then it be my Boston analytic. So your man take emotion talk, like then he was emotional about the issue because of course the way Ghana they struggle, if you are profiting off when a struggler, then the slave master, so there's no difference. Then as you go sit there where you talk, Adom Otchere, who is a known defender of this government, he they do the Sergio Ramos job for the government. He has this program on, he has a program, the Good Evening Ghana, on Metro TV, where he basically defends the government. So you will come talk, say the government has done this. Adom Otchere will come with facts, information, figures, and come and rebut it. So he's like the minister for Sergio Ramos. That is what he does. So he did an editorial on the show. Then he debunked what KKD said. He came with facts. Then he came over, did the presentation, the editorial, then did justice to the allegations and whatnot.
The focus tonight is, as a country, young people, however old you are, this is the narrative of broadcast legend Kwasi Kyei Darkwah. He's concerned about Databank's involvement in supporting governments to borrow money since 2017. He's not the only one who has expressed that concern. Other people have said it. So tonight we're going to go into the history of borrowing. And then my favorite part I keep saying is our Papa Mobra. When we finish, we'll put the story of Databank out. And then you can answer the question, and Crawford no more Databank, no more Bobra, and also man Bobra. Who answer that question? No problem. We'll show you the details and then you can answer the question yourself. So my first slide is this one. Now this is a Eurobond issue from 2014 to 2021. Now, so what is Eurobond issue? Those of us who are not finance people may not understand it. So let me just do a basic appreciation of what it is. So government of Ghana, government of America, Sierra Leone, South Africa, every country borrows. All right. Now, when you're going to borrow and it's not from the IMF, which is like governments to government borrowing, if you like. And it's from the private markets. It can be private market, can be anyone. A rich Ghanaian like Despite can decide to lend Ghana money. A rich Nigerian like Chinibu can decide to lend Nigeria money, lend Ghana money, lend anybody money. So there are people who have money. There are private sector people who have money. Since the end of the Second World War, that arrangement of borrowing from private sector has grown. So all those big companies in America, Goldman Sachs, Fannie Mae, all of them, they lend money. Okay. So if you want to borrow money from the private market, and borrowing money from the private market is more attractive to government since Dambisa Moyo wrote her book, Dead Aid. Now, in Dead Aid, I forgot to bring that book. I should have. In Dead Aid, Google Dead Aid for me. Let me show you to them. In Dead Aid, Ms. Moyo articulated the point that this kind of government-to-government World Bank borrowing is not working for Africa because when we borrow, we don't have pressure to pay, and therefore that money is squandered. But if you borrow from private markets, you have pressure to pay, the payment terms are clear, the percentage at which you borrow is clear, and therefore you have to pay. It became attractive to government. When you're going to borrow from the private market, you go to you announce that you want to borrow money, okay? And then you hire some companies who must have a lot of credibility, and that's very important. Oh, I got Dead Aid, thank you. So this is the Dead Aid. This is the book that sort of revolutionized borrowing in the world.
Then KKD went to Captain Smart show. KKD went to Captain Smart show and he was asked about how you feel about Adom Otchere debunking his claim about the finance minister's company profiting off the government's loan acquisitions. Then that was where the issue started. It got personal. Now, KKD started, dropping proverbs. And our opinion, it was deep. It was deep. Then you got to some point where I felt like it was needless. Started talking about how he organized a show and Adom Otchere came in with a woman who is not Adom Otchere's wife and blah, 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 blah. It's like, you say if they defeat you for battle inside, as I personal, you know.
What is about to be a friend of Adom Otchere? Or try a posawono. Philly say, Paul, you mean Yaketwa, and men can hold somebody. Now, what can be an with the channel? Or you mean Yaketwa, men can hold somebody. On campaign for no. Now, Bofra and Pinion for tea, horror to a noon, and my would acquire you pinion. Kai say, Sabiota frache. So, Mamma A refie be moi. Nintuma pow friendly. Kraman hu na upo. Na emom no, ye so kraman no mu wie, na o mama ne ni mpanyimfo ne kosi akonwa. Kraman ye sa de wo hye cage mu. Tu hofo. Manye yoti obi a sebe oye opanyin. Wo ye menwie kuma. Me dododo. Won se ne na me programs a sebe. Me ye no Movenpick. E da wo ka sa opesa wo ba ho no. Won se ne ho ayema. Enso me hye da me ye gya akonwa ma a wo ne wo mpana a wo ne ba aye no. Sebe tafrache. So, Timanyasa. Ebin Bonso no ban no nyom pna, ba no twere ododo. Kesa won ni say we bema wa ware. No nya so de no ho twere obegwem no. Esa man sabe. Ebi ohianti no mutata o. We yire no yemi nya ketwa. Me mpna dada na ya adamfo. Nti minim no ba. But sabe Paul dear, men can ho asem bone. If you say oyemi nua.
Mind you, I'm not here to defend anybody. Nobody, nah. Me and Gassan have a comment to me, but I have to do this because it is trending and people are talking about it, and you people deserve my perspective. You understand? Mind you, in Adom Otchere's presentation, debunking KKD's claims, no, he never insulted him. He just came and did a PowerPoint presentation, Apostle Paul's PowerPoint presentation, and he left. So when KKD was asked about Paul's presentation and he started talking about Paul bringing another woman who is not Paul's wife to some event, I was like, hey, bro. But then again, if we are talking about moral policing here, KKD does not have any moral grounds to criticize Adom Otchere with regards to morality. Because you people know what happened some time back. KKD and some, small, you understand. So if you are talking about then things you go open some can where people go move to you. So KKD sat on the show and disparaged Adom Otchere. Then Adom Otchere yesterday, I was watching him live. I was watching him live on Metro TV. Then Adom Otchere came and replied KKD. Here is Adom Otchere's reply.
No, Tata, when I was sick and tea. That is so disrespectful. How do you know whether the lady in question is a rich woman, high-profile woman? Why are we like that? I thought that culture was gone. You disrespect a senior person like that. Kwasi, you're a senior person, you're an important person. And then you throw invectives about women as if they are nothing. Obano, ompana, no tatao, usikenti, about himself, say, Mimpana dada, and mentions her name. That is so disrespectful of women. And a society that respects women, it's a progressive society. I thought that since 2017, and even since Professor Mills, Ghana has changed. And now Nana Akufo-Addo is gender champion. An important person like that sits on a TV station, the respected TV station like TV3, with the host. And he, Mr. Smart, he appeared to be laughing, giggling. He didn't even struck him that this is disrespectful of women. Two men sit down and talk about women or tata or sikentina. You don't know the person. You don't know whether she's richer than all of us. You don't know whether her profile is bigger than mine and yours, Kwasi, put together. And you speak derogatory about a woman like that because she's a woman. You see, when important people do that, the younger generation pick it up. And then they think that women are just some objects. So when they have a woman within their control, they abuse them. And they go to jail.
Your man no insult him. He took the higher road. But at the end of the day, if you read meaning into it, if you say your man talks, it be like KKD, they try to disrespect women. The connotation here, it has a deeper meaning because at some point, KKD was arrested for, then some. So this is what has been happening. As it stand now, Paul has replied. I don't know if KKD is going to reply. But you see, the issue where KKD raised in the initial stage about the government or about Ofori-Atta profiting of a bond and Eurobond acquisitions and whatnot. It has been relegated to the background. And right now they are fighting about who brought another woman and who is disrespecting. You see the way when a conversation they happen for this country. As some know when they got to one if it be true, say, can Ofori-Atta in company they do that? Yeah, but right now you see where we dey. You see more cross one. This is what this thing say. Me see this thing what they do. Square one. How do you raise an important issue like this about a finance minister? Or about a finance minister's bank profiting off one struggles, one hardship, then it degenerates to a level where you people are now talking about someone bringing another woman and bro, come on, man. So when you go on social media, people are pulling receipts of things that KKD have done or said in the Twitter, plenty there's some videos and things. But I feel like, how did we get there? I thought we were trying to be constructive. We are trying to criticize the government. We are trying to put them on track. The allegation, the thing your man come said, nay, it was strengthened. It opened people their eye. Even the government came out to explain, but I be like the explanation they toss. But right now, it has been clouded by what? Petty issues like Ubi girl above you, Ubidi. Meanwhile, these are two bonus men. Respect them. Ace broadcasters. Anyway, I go take put for here. I just came to let you people know. ABI, you have seen say KKD is trending, but you don't know the genesis of what happened. It all be say your man just has been in the media space recently, granting interviews, blasting the government. I support it. Step on their necks. They deserve it. The performance they put out in is abysmal. Criticize them. They can't do you anything. But when we shift the conversation to personal attacks, then there is a problem. Then it means that the work you try to do all make beans. I am in no position to advise these men because, of course, me KKD English they be me pass. We Paul Adom Otchere to the Sergio Ramos job they do, bro. Nobody they defend this government pass Paul Adom Otchere. Hey, you see, say this thing, the government do not make sense. Paul Adom Otchere go find ways and means to defend the government, and you go believe. I never see a person like that before. He is like the go-to person if there is an agenda for this government. They throw him into the system, and he will come and scatter everywhere. Then he will go. That is what he's been doing. So that's why we call him. Some people they call him Apostle Paul. In the PowerPoint, bro, you people for watching yesterday. At some point they play gospel. It's funny. It's entertaining. But at least he go educate you and things. Yesterday I was watching it. I was just laughing. But anyway, that is what has happened between KKD and Paul Adom Otchere. They be grown-ups. No be me, they can't tell them they stop the fight. I beg. I know they can't sit here and insult anybody, bro. If they like me, then give them boxing ring, make them go fight. No concern. Me tell you, come dear Jimmy, more. When the damn men and when I'm with it, where do you need TV so that they do? But yeah, the allegation your man can put out, make it. Yeah, Charlie, we will not make it slide. But it depends me say the conversation is shifting. You understand? But anyway, it is what it is. My name is Sheldon. What? Lemonade Finance made this possible. I'm out.